TRX reclining squat. For this move, go ahead and take your straps and put them at their longest setting, all the way down. Step back so you have some tension on those straps. From here, I'm going to drop my feet underneath the anchor point slightly, so I'm in that reverse plank position. No death grip on the handle, but a nice solid grip. So from here, I'm going to drop my hips down into a squat position, come down as far as I can without bottoming out at the bottom. So hold some tension down here, and then push through the feet and squeeze the butt at the top. Now you're holding a nice stable plank the whole time. So you're in a reclined plank. At no time should you get loose in the shoulders to where the shoulders are rounding. Keep the shoulder blades down and back throughout this whole movement. TRX low delt fly. First, we're going to start with our straps pulled all the way down to our lowest position, full length. From there, I'm going to stand up nice and straight, bring those straps out to my sides, kind of measuring how far I need to be away from the straps. And then I'm going to drop back into that reverse plank position. Hold this position here, check out, make sure your glutes are tight, rib cage are pulled down, shoulders are down and back. From here, I'm going to pull the straps open, squeezing the shoulder blades together until I'm back in that upright position. And then I'm going to reverse slowly back down, making sure my body is still nice and tight in that reverse plank. And I'm going to pull back again. If you need to make this easier, you can stand up a little bit taller to start. So when you drop back, you're not in such an aggressive angle. Or if you need to make it harder, you can drop your feet further underneath that anchor point so you're at more of an aggressive angle when you start your pull. TRX power pull. First, you're going to start with your straps about mid-length. So go ahead and raise up your strap adjustment to about midway down. And then we're going to put our straps together. So take the two straps, you're going to put it through one, and then put it through again, and then just make sure it's secure by pulling it tight. From here, we're going to start in an upright plank position. You can always make this harder by putting your feet underneath the anchor point further. But we're going to start in an upright position. I've got this, I've light grip on the strap here, so I'm not death gripping the handle. I have my strap pulled close to my body here, so I'm in a nice stable position. You can play with the width of your feet, a little bit wider to start until you get the hang of this movement, and then you can always move them closer together to make it more challenging. So I'm going to put them just outside my shoulder width. I'm going to hold this handle close to my body. I'm going to bring the other one out in front of me. So in the start position, my shoulders should be straight, squared off, so I'm not at any weird angles. I'm facing straight. I'm in a nice, stable reverse plank position. Glutes are tight and tucked in, rib cage is down. Starting here, I'm going to gradually let go and open up. Look down towards the hand. Arm holding the handle is straight. And then I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to pull in as I rotate and reach forward. Okay, so I'm going to rotate back, looking at my hand, and then pulling and reaching forward. Like I said, you can make this harder by putting your feet closer together, or you can go further underneath that anchor point. TRX side lunge. Adjust your straps so they're at their full length, so all the way out. We're going to go ahead and step back so I'm in an upright position. Arms are slightly bent, about a 90-degree angle. Feet are just outside the hip width. So from here, I'm going to step out to my right side, drop my butt down as low as possible. I'm not death gripping the handles. I'm just lightly gripping them, keeping my body upright. And then I'm going to come up to the top and then switch sides. Okay, again, not death gripping, just keeping nice tension on the TRX straps by keeping my torso upright, keeping my shoulders down and back. So to bring that up to the next level, we'll do a side lunge to a single leg balance. So stepping it out to the side, torso stays up nice and tall, drive up to the upright position while you balance, and then you can go right back to the same side and do it again, or you can replace your foot on the floor and go to the other side. Either way, so either alternating sides, one after the other, or finishing one side and then going to the other side. TRX bicep curl. Make sure your straps are fully lengthened to their longest position. We're going to go ahead and start in our reverse plank position. Palms are facing up. So glutes are tight, rib cage is pulled down, so you have a nice stable plank. I'm going to pull in with the hands towards my shoulders. The goal is to not necessarily hit the shoulders like this. You don't want to release the tension. You just want to use the bicep to curl in as far as possible. Nice neutral wrist. So notice I'm not kinked in the wrist here. My wrist is nice and flat, and then release back to that plank position. So nice stable plank, pulling it in, keeping the wrist neutral. Everything's nice and tight, glutes tight, rib cage down, and releasing back down. To make this easier or harder, easier, stand up taller. Harder, come further underneath the anchor point. If you come further underneath that anchor point, you may need to adjust your straps and make them a little shorter so you can accommodate for you being underneath that anchor point. Otherwise, you're gonna get close to the ground. But same position applies, starting in reverse plank, and then pull with that neutral wrist towards your face. Hip abduction or abduction. So come on down to the ground. I'm gonna bring my straps all the way down to their lowest setting, so they're about mid-shin when I was standing. So go ahead and put your feet in your straps here. So one heel and then the other heel. Okay, so the feet are gonna be right underneath the anchor point. Lift up the hips, so squeeze the glutes, push the heels into the cradle of the strap, and we're gonna pull the legs out to the side just a little bit, keep those hips up, and then release back to the middle. Squeeze out to the side, push those legs out, and then back to the middle. So it's important to keep the glutes tight, keep pushing into the foot cradles to keep the hips elevated, and then out to the side and up. Keep the toes straight up. You'll notice it's a little bit harder to keep those toes in that upright position versus allowing them to fan out to the side this way. So keep them up this way as you press down the heels in the cradle and open the legs and close, keeping the glutes and the hips tight and up in the air.